Hey everybody, great job making the shuffle game. The video we watched was helpful, but unfortunately the shuffle function at the end of it can lead to an unwinnable board. So instead, let's make a shuffle function that can always be solved. We will do this by clicking buttons instead of placing the numbers in random spots. By clicking the buttons, only numbers that should be able to be moved will be moved, which will always lead to a winnable game. First, we will set up an array to store all of our game buttons from the form so we can easily access them later. After the array has been declared, fill it with the buttons during the load function of the form. Now it will be filled when the form is created. I am using a zero index array, which just means that the first item of the array is accessed at index 0. The second item is at index 1, and so on. This is how things are set up in most other languages, but in Visual Basic you can do either a 0 index or a 1 index array, leading the size of the array to be one more than the items we have placed into it. This means that the size of our array is 17, even though we have only placed 16 items into it. This will be important in a minute when we set up the random access portion of the code. Now it's time to get the random number that can click the buttons. We're going to use our previous knowledge of the floor and random function to set that up now. To get the range of 0 to 15, we will multiply the random value by the length of the array minus 1. This will lead to the values of 0 to 15, allowing all buttons to be clicked if we have a 0 indexed array. If you choose to do a 1 indexed array, simply add 1 to that value in order to get the range 1 to 16. We want to do multiple clicks because every click is not guaranteed to swap a button, so we will do a for loop to click multiple times. I went with 1000. Finally, we must make sure that we do not check for the win condition on every click, or the shuffle function will take an incredibly long time. To do this, we will add a flag to turn off checking if we have solved the game when we are shuffling. Create a public variable at the beginning of the form code so the module can see it, and default it to false. Next, set that variable to be true at the start of the shuffle function and false at the end. Go to the if statement you have to check for the win condition and add another and onto the end. That will check if we are currently not shuffling to save time. Now we have completed a shuffle function that will always create a solvable game. Make sure you change the icon, rename the form, and change the name of all the objects of the form to their appropriate camel case. Good work on this one and work hard on your next project.